welcome back to my garden. I'm super excited because I haven't been outside in like 2 weeks. You can hear that my voice is a little bit raspy. My last video, I was out here and I was just getting ill, and that was 2 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting over this. So, but I feel well enough to come outside. I feel like I just need to come out and just check on things. So in my last video, I showed you my brassicas and how they were flowering. I tried to, a couple of weeks before that, I tried to cut them back a little bit and kind of keep them in check, and that did not work. So hubby came out here and helped me out quite a bit in the garden, and he cut down every single one that was flowering. He didn't cut it all the way down to the ground, but let me just show you what's going on out here today. So he didn't completely cut, we didn't dig them up. So here you can see right here, this is broccoli, or I can't remember if that's broccoli or if that was a cabbage plant, but you can see it has flowers on it, and you can see that there's a butterfly there, which means it's probably going to be some kind of larva at some point in the garden. But that's a really pretty butterfly. The bees really, really love the flowers on these plants. Sorry for the shadow there, but the bees really, really love it, and that's why I had such a hard time cutting these back. You can see there is one here, and he cut, that's pretty much what hubby did. He cut down, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 of them down like that. This entire fence line was kind of like full of them because all I planted in this entire area were brassicas. So you can see there's 3 right there. I just showed you one. There's another on the end, and then over there on the other side of Lola, there's 2 that he cut back. So, and those are cauliflower on that end. These here in the middle are cabbage, and then over here was broccoli. So I felt really bad about cutting them back, but we left this one. About cutting them down, but we left this one because I wanted the bees to have something still to come and feed on, someplace to just, I wanted them to have more than just the little marigolds that I have planted here and there. Now, I'm glad that I did this because look what we found. That's what I'm supposed to see. That is a head of broccoli. And a lot of them are starting to form. Let me see if I can show you. Little heads. You see that in there? So I'm showing this to you just to make the point that a lot of times we do things in the garden and we feel like if we have to undo those things in the garden, that it's a failure. And that's not always the case. Sometimes you do have to undo things in order for the things around it to thrive. And that was the case here. We had to undo the plants that bolted prematurely so that the plants that had not bolted could have the space to continue to grow. So you can see that I got some really big leaves. The plants that we cut down, I did harvest a lot of the leaves and cook those along with some collard greens and some kale and some Swiss chard. And they were delicious. We had that over the holidays. But you can see those are really big leaves, which you really want on broccoli. And then the heads had started to form. These right here are cabbages, and nothing's happening quite yet. Nothing's happening quite yet, but I'm very, very hopeful. I don't see a whole lot of bug damage. There's a few holes in here, but nothing to be concerned about. And then, of course, a ton of weeds. No way around that in the city of Houston. So essentially what's going to end up happening is that, excuse my voice, you guys, I'm so sorry. Essentially what will end up happening is that I will come out here for the spring. Oh, this is cauliflower, and you can see it has a little bit more bud damage than the ones. Oh, look at that. That makes me super happy. That's never happened before. It's my first time. But you can see there's quite a bit more bug damage on this cauliflower plant. But it has a head forming, so that makes me super duper happy. So what's going to end up happening is that for the spring, I'll come out here and I will lay, look at all the weeds in between. I will come out here. I'm gonna have to pull this actually before I prep for the spring. I will have to come out here and pull some of these weeds, and then at some point I'm gonna have to come and lay down. I've learned that if I lay down, it's not weed barrier, it's not weed fabric, it's more of of a of a plastic that's permeable, and I'm just gonna lay that over the top, no soil or anything over the top of that plastic. And that's just really gonna suppress the weeds and help me to prep the ground. It's gonna suppress them, and then I can just poke holes where I want to plant things. Those are onions over there, they're doing pretty well. And then these are onions right here. You can barely see them because of all the weeds. Look at this. That's insane, the number of weeds that are in there. Yeah, as soon as I'm well enough and it's not so super cold out here, I'm gonna have to come out and weed that. But that's what I'm gonna have to do for the spring. That's pretty normal. It's not really a big problem to do that. The only other thing I want to show you guys today is this. These are Campari tomatoes. For those of you who don't believe that you can grow food from grocery store food, and during the summertime, I grew a ton of Roma tomatoes, and I grew those from seeds from tomatoes that were, oh, they're so ripe, they're falling off, from seeds from tomatoes at the grocery store, and they grew like mad. They did great things. So these are Campari tomatoes, and this is about as big as they get when you buy them in the store. They might be even a little smaller than this, but oh, those are really, really pretty. And again, just from the seeds of store-bought tomatoes. I'm gonna take these inside and maybe make a salsa. Not sure. I don't know what we're gonna have today. If we have burgers, they can go directly on the burgers. But anyway, the whole point of this video today was just to say that sometimes we have to undo some things in order to reap the benefits of the things that we have done. So the undoing in this case was cutting back probably about half of the brassicas that I planted so that the other half could flourish. And that's exactly what happened. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give y'all that quick update and that quick word of encouragement. Just to recap, don't think that it's a failure to have to undo something that you've done in the garden or in life. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna walk the rest of the garden and make sure that there's nothing else that needs to be harvested, and then I'm gonna head back inside because it's very, very chilly out here. So thank you for joining me again. Please like this video if you like this video, and please, please, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to, in 2024, my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I got to 500 in 2023, and now I'm trying to double that in 2024. So just subscription, and you know, if you hit that bell notification, you'll see all of my videos, regardless of what they're about: gardening, cooking, interior design, or sustainability. That would really help me out a lot. Thanks, you guys. Until next time, bye.